Hi, there are lots of things you can do in your garden to encourage wildlife, but I want to show you something that most people have never tried, which is just down here. So here we have, they don't look very pretty, I'll have to admit, the 3 different attempts by me to make hoverfly lagoons. So hoverflies are important pollinators. And there are lots of different species in the UK, well over 200, and some of them breed in stagnant little puddles with organic rotting matter in them. And so I've tried to recreate somewhere for them to breed in my garden here. This idea came from Ellie Botheray, who works with me on bees and hoverflies and so on. She's more of a hoverfly specialist, and she was the one who came up with this idea, and it seems to work really well if you get it right. So basically all you need is a container with some water in and chuck in a load of organic material. We've tried out different things here. So I've got one full of sawdust, so this is, well, wood chip really, and water. And actually the hoverflies haven't taken to this at all. There's a nice little dung beetle here. This little chap trundling around in there, but no hoverflies, I'm afraid. Maybe when it starts to rot. I only set this up about 2 months ago in late winter. It's now May. Over here we have one where I used a load of compost from the compost heap, and this has gone a bit skanky, and is mostly attracting dung flies, which is probably not what I intended. See these gingerish flies? There's one just in front of my finger there. So I'll frighten it off. There's a couple of others over there. They're all flying away because I'm here. They've been madly mating on top of my hoverfly lagoon. So they're flies, but they're not hoverflies. So I have nothing against dung flies. They're kind of cool. Never had them in the garden before. But so the wood chip doesn't seem to have worked so well. The compost is good for some things, but not for the hoverflies. This one was lawn clippings and leaves. Again, it looks pretty disgusting. But this one is really exciting, because as soon as you start rooting around in here, you find I've got hundreds and hundreds of these little guys. These are half grown. See if I can get one out. So this little beauty is a fly larvae, sometimes called a rat-tailed maggot for obvious reasons. Look at him wriggling about. So he's going to get quite a bit bigger. Until he's ready to... There's another one. Let me just see if... I think there's more than one species here, because some have really long tails. These two are both quite short-tailed. Some of them have tails much longer than their bodies. So these will grow until they're more than twice as big as they are there, and then they'll crawl out to pupate, and then in a few weeks' time I'll have beautiful adult hoverflies buzzing around the garden. And by the look of it, there are hundreds of them in here, which is very exciting. So if you want to have a go at one of these, give it a go. All you need is any kind of waterproof container of any size. You can use an old milk bottle or whatever, the plastic milk bottles, and just chop it in half. Or if you've got something bigger lying around like I did, any old container will do. Fill it up with water, chuck in a load of organic matter. It seems like lawn clippings work really well, and see what happens. Maybe you too will end up with a bucket of smelly sludge teeming with rat-tailed maggots. What more could anyone want in their garden?